Hello, everyone. Again, this is Manuel Montoya. It's good to be in the YouTube verse with you. I'm very happy today to introduce Michaela Shirley, who is the program manager for the Indigenous Design and Planning Institute. It's based out of the School of Architecture and Planning, and she works primarily with Dr. Jojola and several others within what we call iD+Pi. And Michaela, it's good to see you. Welcome.
Yes, hi. Thank you, Dr. Montoya. Thanks for having me.
Michaela and I work quite a bit on several related projects sponsored by the NSF and other things related to the newly reformed iD+Pi. And this video is intended to show an opportunity for one student and maybe even a group of students through iD+Pi and other places to discuss the potential for a co-op concept for artists in Santa Fe. And so, Michaela, if you want, could you please share a little bit about the Attach Your Hearts Foundation and the project that you guys got going on?
Yeah, thank you. So we were approached by Dr. Carnell Chosa, who's the executive director for Attach Your Heart Foundation. It's a nonprofit that does a lot of work within Pueblo communities. And specifically, he had asked us to help him co-develop and co-create what he's calling a Pueblo Artists Cooperative. He's been finding that over the years, there's been a need, especially in the place like Santa Fe, where there are a lot of Pueblo artisans who do end up making their way there to sell, their artistry, to have a place in a space where that they can organize, collaborate, meet up, and sort of like that visioning then is what this process is going to entail. We're expecting to work very closely with Dr. Manuel Montoya and the selected student. Preferably, we want to work with an Indigenous or Native American student. However, we're open to working with anyone who can sort of like align themselves with the vision that we're trying to accomplish. And to our knowledge, this would be like the first, kind of artist co-op of its kind. And then even in discussions with Dr. Chosa, we've discovered that maybe co-op is not even the correct word to, describe what he's trying to build. But, at least for now, like that's the placeholder for us to sort of think about like what it is that space going to end up being. And, but primarily it's going to serve Pueblo artisans, and hopefully it becomes a model that would end up being replicated by other, tribes or tribal nations, because, like I said, and he would also agree that there's no space in Santa Fe that is exists to what he would like to see.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, as I watch the creative economy evolving in New Mexico, there isn't a real space for for artists to have support for all of the different things that happens when you start to sell your products and commercialize it to the wider marketplace. A good example of that is just how you manage intellectual property, who benefits from all of those intellectual property rights, how you even get started protecting the different the different aspects of what you're commercializing. How you even manage revenue and all of that complicated stuff, I think really needs to have some sort of place in which it all converges. And so I really like the idea, and I'm looking forward to working with you guys on that.
Yeah, and and I think you brought up, some really good points just a moment ago, which are, aspects that are very technical that I think, that kind of technicality they could benefit from, a place like the co-op where they can learn information about what that is and what it entails. Because oftentimes there is a lot of like cultural misrepresentation and misappropriation that happens, not just for Indigenous communities, but like other, communities that are out there. And so it is going to be, I think, a big part of that conversation. And so the opportunity that's now presented to you all who are watching this video is a fellowship, or excuse me, a project assistantship. We're looking for a graduate student in the Anderson School of Management to help us in this. We're looking at a tentative start date sometime next month in September with an end date in November. So whenever that start date is, it's going to be a 9-week job at $17 an hour. And so we will run the job through us at iD+Pi, but then you'll still be, working very closely with Dr. Montoya. So if you have any more information, you can certainly reach out to me. I will share my email with Dr. Montoya so that he can put it in, a descriptor of the video. Otherwise, it's mshirl01@unm.edu. And you can also follow what we do at our iD+Pi website, idpi.unm.edu. So thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about the project and the opportunity.
Awesome, Michaela. And again, we'll have all of that information located in the video description at the bottom of the YouTube link. So when you're watching this video, just go to the more information section and you'll have contact information on how to move forward if you're interested. And we hope a lot of you are interested because this is a really important project. Okay, thank you so much, Michaela.
Yep, thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.